The people move from the other one too. The other one is smaller though. Huh? Yeah. What are we about to do? We on the people on boat, guys. We're about to go past sailing. Thank you. I am tengo mucho mira.
Hey y'all, I'm back with part 2 of the Aruba series. Before we get into it, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm showing y'all all the excursions that we did while we were in Aruba. The first thing we did on a Thursday, which was our first actual day in the city, was visit Eagle Beach. While we were there, we took some pics, soaked up some much needed sun. Then we also went parasailing. It was very, very scary at first, but so relaxing and so freeing. If you want to see these pictures that we took while we were at the beach this day, definitely go check out my Instagram at Tamrick17. The water was just so gorgeous and giving everything, and I'm cute as hell, so you know I had to get a little clip for y'all.
Okay guys, so today we're going on a tour to Gift Palm Island. It's backwards, but yeah, get the picture. It's a lot of fun stuff. Very excursion touristy. Yeah, what are we going to do? Yeah, we go under the water. We go, is it snorkeling? Yeah. We go snorkeling. We might see some flamingos. And we're going to water park. And yeah, there's a water park. Yeah, all the razzle dazzle, so. Ooh, let's go. And we're going to a steakhouse over there. This is the one we got to dress up for? Yeah. Okay. We don't have to, but we're extra. That part. We're in for a good day today, so let's go.
This sign just shows some of the stuff that they have at the Palm Island, but we traveled by bus. Then we got on a boat ride to get to the island. As y'all can see in these clips, we had a whole day of experiences, and majority of the stuff that we did was for one price. The only thing that was a separate cost was the sea trek, but the sea trek is worth the separate cost. In all, we had lunch provided as a part of our pricing. Drinks were also provided. We got to do the water slides, snorkeling, a banana boat ride. We saw some flamingos and did the sea trek.
Guys, there's the water slide. We're about to go up there. It's a bunch of stairs to get up. Here. Where does it shoot out though? Okay guys, we just went snorkeling over there. Yes, it was so fun. The man was teaching us. Still on. The man really taught us for free, bro. I guess it's pretty included. No, but he only taught us. He's not teaching nobody else. I guess like nobody else asked. Like he asked us if we could experience, and we said no. So maybe the other people already knew what they were doing. Because we had said we didn't know. I feel like a lot of people don't know what they're doing, and it's very obvious. Like that man just now, he got out of the water because he didn't know what was going on. Yeah. He put his face in, he took it right back off. He said, no, maybe I think he liked us, but I think it was hard. No, he tell me he wasn't. No, at first I was like, no way. No, he was. He was. But anyways, he was like freaking on my leg. Why am I holding on? Right. But anyways, regardless, he taught us for free. He only taught us, literally, only us, nobody else. We learned, so after this little Star Trek, is that what it's called? Star Trek? No, it's not Star Trek. Scuba Trek. I know. Oh, we're ready? Okay, let me cool out here. But, we should have definitely put the fucking stuff in the locker. It's $5. But anyway, oh, I want to go eat. But anyways, the man taught us for free. We're going to go back after this little cool truck. And, yeah, we'll go back afterwards and do it again. But this time we don't get the flippers. And that's that. Now we have to go scuba truck. She's still on. The wind's still on. No, high key. You just got to fix your edges. Right. Put a little thing around it. You good. All right, y'all. We're going to come back. When we finally get the flippers, we'll get some footage. Until then, hasta luego.
The sea trek was so much fun. They take pictures and videos, so you don't have to worry about it. It's a 72-pound helmet that goes over your head, connected to a 15-foot long tube. Due to the increase in water pressure from being under the water, your ears might pop. However, they give you instructions on how to handle that. Some people were so scared they couldn't even finish, but we went under for about 25 to 30 minutes. It was worth every second, as you can see by the videos.
Guys, we just did the sea trek over here. We was literally underwater. I can't wait to go and get these pictures and videos so we can show y'all, because it was hella lit. For reference, this is the sea trek. Here's another one, sea trek. Okay guys, so here we're at the place for the picture. Oh, that's the diving people, I think, yeah. But that's what that wasn't for us. We're about to get a picture right now. It's gonna be hella lit, hella
Okay, guys, so we're about to do this. There will be no footage because I'm not resting my phone, but and the line is hella long. I'm glad we came because snorkeling is easy. But look, after we were done with our banana boat ride, we went snorkeling again. This time we got some flippers and just explored the area. Towards the end of the day, the workers gave us some fish food so the fishes would come around, and they helped us to get this video. Afterwards, it was time to leave, which is kind of sad in the person because the Palm Island was just so much fun. All of the activities that they had for us to do, food and drinks, well, it wasn't free because we paid for it, but the food and drinks and just everything, this excursion I feel like was worth the money because there was just a lot to do. Everybody's just waiting for their boat ride, but by the Palm Island, we hope to see you again. Deuces.
Look at my bitch. Don't she look so cute? Me not know where to go. Say hi to the people, OJ. Hey people. She look good as fuck. One thing about OJ, she can dress. Me on the other hand, I need some styling tips, baby.
Saturday, we went to Gold Mills Ruin and got some fire pics. We also learned a lot about the island as a whole. For example, we learned that Aruba is a desert island. I personally did not know this, but I was just very shocked by the amount of cacti that I saw. So I asked about it and I was told that it is a desert island. The ruins were very pretty, nice and relaxing. The water was gorgeous and giving. It was a little bit scary because it was a lot of wind and water. But yes, this is the Burishima Gold Mills Ruin. But yeah, just look at how cute and gorgeous the water is. The little structures on the side, I was told, were made by like tourists. I personally added my own little rock to one of them because I'm gonna find extra just seeing you. But the water was just so pretty, gorgeous, and giving. It was a little scary because the waves were crashing up really hard. But I never make that bad at me at all. I have to go down there. And then this is when we entered the ruins. There were a lot of lizards. I don't know if y'all know, but me personally, I'm afraid of lizard blood. We got some drinks before heading off to DV Beach. The drinks were so good. And here is the video of me at DV Beach.
Y'all hear this rooster crowing? Look at the water. Hi, come here. Come here, baby. Come here. Oh my gosh, is it gonna let me touch it? Look, guys, I'm touching a little baby dog. Hi, cutie. Hi, sweetie. There's lots of burros, guys. Look.
Sunday, we traveled to the donkey sanctuary. Again, we learned a lot more about the island. We just explored and visited with the donkeys. For real, we saw some peacocks, we saw some roosters, all types of different stuff. And then we traveled to San Nicolas and spent the rest of the day just exploring the murals and taking pictures.
Okay guys, I decided to name these donkeys. Up there is Ryu, he's a Japanese donkey. Right there is Angel, he's a Hispanic donkey. This one right here is, what do you call it? Young Bin, he's a Korean donkey. But this one right here, he's Daquan. Y'all see that curly hair? He's a black donkey. He's a black donkey. That's Daquan. Daquan. What's Daquan? I think there's a peacock up in that tree right there. Yeah, Daquan. The water is clean. This rooster noise. What kind of donkey is this? Ted? No. Emma, this is Emma. Hi, Emma, baby. Good morning. No, but the hair kind of curly. The hair kind of curly. Skitty, like skitty, but it's a guy. Look at all these beautiful donkey babies.
This one is in love with Simone, y'all. You go up to the donkey farm, like the main house. It's not really a house, I don't know what to call it. They have like a little fact sheet about how many donkeys they have, where majority of them are, which is at the sanctuary, etc., etc.
So soft. Is this a guy or girl? What's her name? Oh, okay. Oh, you scared, baby? They're cute. Oh. Fox ran. Fox went up top. She's so He said, I don't think it's time for you to go just yet. Hi, sweetie. You need to get by. You need to get by. Can I get by, please?
This is as we were departing from the donkey sanctuary, heading to San Nicolas.
There's a mural in the back. Guys, I'm so shiny because I have to put sunscreen on my skin because my skin will peel off. People, I'm telling you something. I'm telling you once and once only. When you go on people island, make sure you wear sunscreen. Do me a baby because the sun will peel off your skin. Yeah? When black people don't feel like they don't have to wear sunscreen. Don't be like me. Wear your sunscreen, yeah? And American look at them because your skin feel galang. So, yeah. This is Lolita, guys. Lolita teleporting them. It says, so nice to the San Nicolas. Lolita represents many hardworking, entrepreneurial, free-spirited, strong Caribbean women that came to San Nicolas during the beginning of the oil industry. Here, they raised their family and helped build the largest refinery in the world at the time, the same one that helped end World War II. They created the foundation of present Aruba Dutch Caribbean Society. This is Lolita, guys. Guys, so we're in San Nicolas right now. And as you can see, this is the street. It's full of murals. This one over here with Granny right here is hella pretty. But there's just murals all over. This is actually a roundabout street. The people be driving down it. It may not look like a real roundabout. It might be inclined to run over the centerpiece here because that is something I would most certainly do. But as you can see, it's a roundabout. Okay. Here in Aruba, we have a lot of roundabouts. Me speaking like we come from the people in place. This is a nice little man driving past, watching us like he's never seen us before. Watch out. When I steer with him, there goes somebody else driving through the roundabout here in Aruba. We love greenery, as you can see. Yeah. Just a wonderful, beautiful island. So, if you ever feel so inclined, come visit us here in Aruba. And especially come check out San Nicolas, people. San Nicolas is nice and full of place to take pictures. So, come visit us. Thank you. Hey guys, so remember I told you we got a lot of murals in San Nicolas over here. We got to take pictures. Come check out San Nicolas. You can take pictures in front of Card Guy. We call him Card Guy. You could take pictures in front of the owl. The owl? Not owl. Owl. Yeah. You know when I get tried to I just put an H on everything got tried to O. We don't use H's in the Caribbean. But that one is by Armando. Something. I don't know what this is from. But look upon this black man here. Black people will like this one. Look over here for people. And that one here nice. See it says I love San Nicolas. We should go in here. Oh, and look guys, the painters are painting right now. So come check it out. Look at them, they painted. I love San Nicolas, and I do. This is a mural. As you can see, it's very pretty. Say hi. That is my friend. But guys, my friend just told me, my friend right here in the yellow, just told me I could come in. And we could take pictures right here. So I'm just giving you guys the footage so you can see the overall thing. This is a mural. I don't know what it's called yet. This is the I Love San Nicolas one, and you tell me if it's fixing it on a page. So yeah. And if y'all think we here in San Nicolas don't know anatomy, check out this piece of art right here. Okay? Look at the anatomical representation of the human body. Look at those look at the skeletal structure here. So authentic. And look, we know skeletal structure that make love. Look at how in love they are. They're touching hands, people. So as I said, when it comes to Aruba, just make sure to come to San Nicolas. The pictures will be fire. Okay? Everyone's coming to check out these ruins. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Yeah, look at the lashes. Look at the eyebrows. Your must recognize. And this one right here. Hello, how is Aruba? Aruba is fire. Are you see that? No graffiti allowed? You're bugging. Graffiti is allowed. Look. Hello, how is Aruba? You gonna be left on red because I'm not answering. Thank you. You guys, we are at the lighthouse. The look at my friend. This is so pretty. Whatever this artwork is. That's cute. There's people at the top.
On Monday, we went to the California Lighthouse. I believe they said you can see about 50% of the island from the lighthouse, depending on the weather. It was very beautiful, but it was a little scary climbing up. It was only $5, so it was definitely worth it, and we saw a lot.
This is coconut. Look at my Oxford. The people in coconut. Fresh coconut. Come to Aruba, visit the lighthouse, and come see my friend Cocoman. And he takes good pictures, okay? He's a man of many talents. Period. Y'all see this view? You don't want to miss it. Man, we got little fishies. Look at them. They're so gorgeous. Look at that black one. Look at OJ across the way. These are some big fishes. Look at this one. You can barely see it.
After the lighthouse, we went to the butterfly farm, which was also very fun. It was gorgeous in there and just a nice, relaxing environment. I had so much fun, and you saw a lot of different varieties of butterflies. It was just a great time. You also got facts and information about the butterflies. I believe the cost of this was like $30, and then they have like a souvenir shop that you can buy different souvenirs from. But it was definitely fun and worth it. They talk about when the butterflies usually break out of their chrysalis. And just that some of these butterflies are alcoholics, and just different little facts that you would have never expected. These flowers I thought were like just beautiful because I used to see them in Jamaica when I was younger, and to come to a different island and see it was just refreshing, especially since I hadn't been home in a long time. But yeah, just take in all of this butterfly farm goodness and see all that we've learned. These pieces were all taken from the souvenir shop. So those are some of the pieces that they have there, and I believe some of them are real butterflies. And then this was as we were leaving by Butterfly Farm.
Guys, about to get a massage. I'm so excited. And a body wrap. Hurry up, OJ.